You know, when I first came up with this idea, it sounded like a great idea, and it still is. What's going on YouTube? My name is ADCArtAttack, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, to celebrate our new studio, I wanted to try a new kind of video, a real challenge, if you will, inspired by, well, this. It's all blue, and I love it. I've seen many artists tackle this challenge here on YouTube of using only one color to create works of art, and it looks horrible. So I want to try. Are you kidding me? Why? You know, it's really a good thing that Ohuhu don't put them in order anyway. Okay. We got no space. Yeah, I have a problem. A slight confession here, when I first came up with this video idea, I wanted to use all of my markers in one video. I think we're just gonna stick with blue. But hey, if you would like to see me use all of these markers in one video, then please do leave those comments down below and maybe I'll do it. This isn't even all of it. I've got more. I have more markers. These ones just look good.
And so began the tedious task of removing all of the blue markers from my collections. At first, it seemed like a good idea. But then it never ended. Though I did make the decision to keep it alcohol markers only. So, yeah. No watercolors today.
Actually, we have two very controversial choices here. The first one is our gray blues. Hey, they're still blue. I'll have none of it. Next we have our turquoise. Now I know some of you right now are smashing your keyboard saying turquoise is green. However, according to the law above all, Google, turquoise takes its name from the gemstone, which comes from the French word for Turkish. Positioned between blue and green in the color wheel, turquoise is a mixture of pale blue and green, or blue with a small amount of yellow. See, I saw the word blue, so it counts. You know, I probably should mention now that blue is one of my favorite colors. And while I am excited about this challenge, I really want to make my life difficult because I find that's the fun of life, especially in art, the unknown. With that said,
so here we have a Deadpool coloring book, and it's actually, well, it's kind of okay. It's not a great book. I mean, the quality of the images in here are sometimes good, and then, okay, that's great. Yeah, this one. I'm working with this one. I think it looks great. It's got a nice little window here. There's some stuff going on in the background. I think it'll serve its purpose, and yeah, I really don't know what I'm gonna do here. Let's give it a go. Alright then, so with all of my markers out, it was time to begin with
I need a system.
To ensure that I used every marker available to me, I decided it was best to have them all laid out on one side, and as I used one, I would move it to the other side. Forever leaving it alone. Lost. Cold. Feeling blue. So, first marker chosen is the darkest grey blue I own because the first step before we colour is to add some extra details to the background. And I thought I got lucky having a fine nib as the darkest colour, but it wasn't easy to control. And there is a lot of bleeding. With marker number 1 down, it is strategy time. I quickly paced through the dark colours, trying to keep the gradient as washed out as possible. I want to keep as much blue out of the background, which, when I'm only using blue, yeah, it's not easy. But the idea I had in mind is to force Deadpool to the foreground by saving those saturated blues for he and his bike. Of course, I have no idea if this is going to work, but we can try.
So now with the background done, and boy was this a challenge, the paper really wasn't working with me. But more than that, I feel overwhelmed by the amount of markers to choose from, and we're not even halfway. There's still so many to choose.
But now it's time to begin with the man of the hour, and I had considered adding more details. However, due to the bleed on this paper, I'm just gonna have to dive in with the coloring. My first goal here was to use the similar colors for a base, going stroke by stroke, attempting to reduce this marker count best I can. And as I have many duplicate colors from varying brands, this was tedious, but more so, caused damage to the paper, making hopes of maintaining details a bit of a lost cause. Now we come to the final two pens. A sweet satisfaction as I lay down the final touches and add my own style to the piece. And it's done. Wait. I still have all the turquoise pens. Oh. Okay. I feel that using these tones is actually a little bit easier to manage. I have a much larger surface area to work with, fewer details, but also these tones work, it's just, they work so much better together.
When only using one color, it's very easy to create both a flat image and one that doesn't reveal many details. And that is why I tackled this the way that I did, using my less saturated colors for the background, allowing the foreground to naturally pop. With the motorcycle being another subject in this image, it again is something that needed difference in order to stand out. This is where the cool aquas and turquoise colors helped to shape a final result. These one color challenges are difficult, and I went silly using multiple duplicate colors from various different brands. This forced me to be distracted, uncomfortable, and to put more ink on the paper than perhaps necessary. That's because I like a challenge. I find chaos in art to be hilarious. However, I must say that I did learn a lot here today regarding values, and should I attempt this challenge again in the future, I'll probably ease up on the rules a little bit and see where we take it. I hope you all had yourselves a great time here today and enjoyed the challenge. And next time, I'm going to be diving into a new versus battle with a familiar face. I'll see you all then. Take care.